very late to like AI and all. I'll use it
Yeah. What do you use it for?
to sometimes check emails, email templates. Mostly just write. Like normally it's just I will copy and paste something and put it in there and just like make this sound better or more professional, or if it's too professional, make it sound more casual or something like that. And check my spelling and punctuations. I did one earlier today and it put all the semicolons and at commas, and I was like, oh, I don't know how to use a semicolon. I was like, I'll trust you, AI.
I've heard that you can, if you get an email that you're like, not that it really matters if it's AI, I just assume most things are, but you can copy and paste it, put it back into ChatGPT, and it'll tell you if it was written with AI because it has like embedded coding on it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Interesting. I've come to where I can take pretty good guesses if it's AI or not as well.
Well, what's that little dash?
If there's a dash, I'll automatically know it.
If there's a dash, it is 100% AI.
Or if you have bulleted points and instead of bullets, it has little pictures.
Yeah.
For the bullets, I'm like, so that's AI.
That's
I know it.
Yeah. Every time I used AI and I just do it, I got straight up copy and paste. I have to go through and like, okay, dash there, dash here.
Yep. I don't know why it loves dashes so much. It's kind of odd.
Yeah, because I feel like it's less than a period, but more than a comma.
Yeah. I don't know.
And I just change it to a comma.
I bet I could probably go in there and just put like, don't ever use dashes again, and maybe it'll just stop.
Yeah. Yeah. Is there a word for that dash? Is there just called a dash?
I don't know. It's a dash. Yeah, we'll go with dash. I was almost like
hyphen.
But what's a hyphen?
A hyphen is like
you hyphenate a word, though, right?
A word.
So, but you would use a dash.
I'm trying to think of like a hyphenated word. I can't think of one on the top of my head.
Like great grandchildren, you would hyphenate like great and grandchildren. I only know that because that was in something I read earlier, and it added the hyphen.
Oh,
yeah, and I was like, well, I kept that one.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's like, I think it's meant as like a pause in the reading, but a more dramatic pause than a comma, but a less dramatic pause in a period.
What's a semicolon then?
I don't know. I've never used a semicolon in my life.
It was using it kind of like commas, and then a later portion it put a colon into it. It was like, you got,
yeah. I mean, the only thing it's really good for is like a winky face.
It's very true.
Before emojis.
I would agree with that. I took its word on it.
Yeah.
I was like, it looks good.
Yeah.
Paste, send.
Yeah.
I don't know how my kids are going to be able to learn all this stuff, but I mean, what gets me to is AIs in like the infancy stages. Like it's only been around for a couple years.
Yeah.
So when my children are my age, like the funny thing we talked about growing up is like, oh, my parents need help like programming their VCR. It's gonna be like when I'm a grandparent, it's gonna be like I gotta go to grandpa's house to help him with his robot.
Yeah,
he can't get his robot into the yard work today. You know, like well, it's fine. Sorry,
that's true. Yeah, I hear people say like with AI and kids, they're like, oh well, they're not gonna learn how to write and they're not gonna learn how to do these things, but they're not gonna need to.
Yeah, that's we had to learn it because we had to do it.
Yeah,
it's gonna be like no.
It's gonna be interesting to see. I was talking to somebody about this a few weeks ago, not on the show, but about AI and kind of their thoughts on it because they don't like it.
Okay.
And I can see that side of it, like it's gonna take away jobs, that kind of thing.
Oh, for sure.
However, my kind of belief on it, whether this is right or wrong, I don't know, because we'll see how it ends up going. But like when the tractor came in, and took over jobs.
Yep.
Okay, well no, it wasn't that those jobs were gone, but those jobs were now reallocated to something else. Now you got to fix the tractor.
Yeah, to make the tractor.
Make the tractor, exactly. And so I feel that jobs are just going to be, I don't think they're just going to straight up go away.
Yeah.
And we're going to have this huge, massive unemployment problem. I think there will be a little bit of might be there's always an unemployment problem, but I think it's just going to repurpose different jobs.
Yeah.
To look different than what we see them as today. So I don't know. I also heard a theory that I thought was kind of cool, which is that AI is so robotic that it's going to we're going to go back into time a little bit into, more like personable touches. So you can get like more like handwritten notes and stuff because it's like, okay,
Sure, I can see
everything's
that.
so automatic, everything's so robotic and automatic that like now to see a personal note is like, oh, that's different.
He took some time.
He took time to
Yeah.
actually like write me.
Oh yeah, it means more.
Yeah, it means
Yeah.
more. Yeah, I think
Definitely.
I think instead of more isolation that social media causes, I think it over time it's going to create like more like hangouts and stuff because people are going to be tired of being so isolated, and we weren't designed to be that way. So
I can see that. I like that look, that aspect.
I could be totally wrong. I don't know.
Now we know nobody knows. I mean, but I like that. I didn't think about it that way, but I can see how it would get to that.
Yeah,
And I think eventually social media is going to have its day to where it starts dying out and people do get out a
I
little
hope so.
bit more. And what is your take on is this part of the podcast?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we've been rolling, so that's cool. My take on social media. I don't know. It's good and bad.
Yeah.
The good part is I can freely market my business.
Yeah.
For free,
Mhm.
and I can be in front of like I remember I had a TikTok one time had like 18,000 views, or something like that.
Wow.
PNC Arena holds, I don't know, 18,000 people. So I was telling my wife, like, we were at a hockey game and I was like, this is like if I can sit on the center ice for 30 seconds and give a spew about like my job and what I do.
Yeah.
Like that would be huge, but I can do it for free on social media, which is pretty crazy. The bad side is obviously like it's addictive.
Yeah.
Kind of rots your brain. It, comparison to other people, you have to Steve Joy. And, I think with the younger generation, like, especially like high school, middle school girls and boys, like they want to look a certain part because Kim Kardashian does or whatever. And so I think, it's going to cause, I mean, it does, not is, but I think it's been a huge problem with like insecurity and depression and stuff. It comes from social media.
Yeah. I agree with all that.
So I don't know. Maybe we just go back to Gmail.
I still have a Gmail. Is something wrong with that?
No. MySpace.
I don't. Oh God, I had a MySpace a long time ago. Only thing I have now is LinkedIn.
Okay, that's cool.
I don't want any of the other stuff. Just for a lot of the same reasons you said. But I have a 14-year-old. Well, she's getting ready to be 15-year-old daughter, and a son that's getting ready to be 11 too. And I'm big on, I guess, not just telling them to. So I was like, I don't let them have social media. I was like, I don't have it. I don't know if you can count LinkedIn. I mean, it's all business posts. Anyway, but yeah, I was like, I had Facebook for a long time. I deleted it probably like 6 or 7 years ago. I was like, I'm not going to use it anymore. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I do need to take like, especially obviously like Charlie Kirk.
Yeah.
Got assassinated.
Oh yeah.
And it was huge news and all this stuff. So, but like I got wrapped up in like the comments and the things people were saying, and I'm just like fueling with anger. Like people are like celebrating. I'm like, what the frick is the matter with you?
Yeah.
Anyway, but I'm like, why am I reading these comments and just making myself more angry? Like, just shut it off. It like, I don't know.
No, exactly. Just if someone's saying something you don't like, just don't listen.
Yeah. No, but I do find myself like, you get these echo chambers in social media where when you're interacting with posts, like reading comments and stuff, you're going to get more of those type of posts. And so a lot of it's like the opinions I don't agree with, then I get more of them because I want to see like the comments and I'm like, how stupid are you?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think social media sucks for that too. So I'm like, instead of playing with my daughter on the floor, I'm like scrolling and getting mad over somebody's comment that I've never even met or care about. Like it's kind of wild.
I can see that. It happens.
Yeah.
But I've also, I mean, there's a lot of folks that tell me I need to be on like Instagram and promoting me and stuff like that. Because I don't doubt I could get a few more, make it a little bit more business like that. But do you want to compromise what you believe in and stuff like that for money?
Right.
Not really. I'm good.
Yeah. And if you feel like you're comfortable with your business, I mean, obviously, most people would say, oh, I wish I can get a little bit more. But if you're comfortable with your business, and you're not doing social media to get that business. Yeah, social media kind of sucks. So,
and that's what AI can't replace is stuff like this. Like, I don't doubt, and fingers crossed, if AI can do the loan portion of my job for me, look forward to that day. But like the relationship building and the knowing I'm here for the clients and I'm not here for the money, and so you can't. It won't be able to do that.
Right.
Maybe one day we'll.
Maybe, but even then, like, do you want to work with a robot?
Yeah.
No, like I wouldn't.
No.
You know, like if I wanted to choose a lender or a realtor, like, and it was literally a robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, no thanks, because you don't have, you know, you don't care about my daughter, you don't care about my wife, you don't care about what kind of lifestyle I want to live.
Yeah.
Like, so anyway, have you had this coffee before?
I believe so.
So this is Raleigh Coffee Company. Since 2012, it's the Tidal blend. It's just a light roast, sweet and fruity. I don't taste fruity so far, but we'll dive into it at the end. Let's see. You can find them at shopraleighcoffee.com, and that's it.
A little free plug. That's nice.
Yeah, a little free plug. We like to highlight the local coffee roasters here on the show. I was hoping they would have like their social media or something, but it's all good. We'll find them and tag them. Raleigh Coffee Company, everybody.
I won't be able to find them
You
on social media.
You could have like your wife or somebody do your social media if you really.
Yeah, maybe.
Is she on social media?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, she's on the gram.
The evil gram.
And probably a lot of the other ones too. I don't know.
I always say like, oh, I need it for my business, but do I? Like, have you seen those new phones that they're like the minimalist phones, so they don't have like, you can have like GPS, Spotify and stuff, but they're like, that's it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that'd be so dope to have. Like, I would be so much more involved with my family if I had to have
You probably don't even remember the times. What was the first kind of cell phone you had?
Samsung Brightside. It was a slide phone.
Okay. It had so it had a full keyboard.
I had a full keyboard, yeah. And then I did have a flip phone for a short spell in high school. But
So I remember the first phone I got was a Nokia, and it was like it looked like it had wood grain case. Like it just couldn't do anything. You could call, no texting. Texting came around, I think, probably when I was in college, but it was like is it T9 or what?
yeah, T9 word.
Yeah, so yeah, it was so hard.
Yeah.
It was awesome. You could do it.
Like you're pressing like you need C's. You're like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. But I mean, my first one, I still remember this day. I had you pay for minutes. Did you ever have to pay for minutes? See, I'm old school. And my parents got it for me because I was driving. I was in school too, and it was I got 90 minutes a month. So I remember I had like 3 minutes a day. So you like save your minutes up so I could make one phone call.
Will it carry over to the next month?
No, you weren't that lucky. So it was it was emergencies only basically.
Yeah. I got my I was way late to the game on smartphones because my parents were more strict. Looking back, it was probably a good thing.
Yeah.
At the time, I was like, "Thanks, mom and dad. I'm the only loser in school with a non-iPhone." But my daughter's not getting an iPhone anytime soon. So I mean, she's 5 months now, but we always talk about like when we were kids, we were like, we want the iPhone.
Oh yeah.
And now that I have a kid, when she's older, I'm like, you ain't doing nothing.
You can put a lot of parental things on there now.
Yeah.
Because as much as I had that hard stance on social media, my 14, almost 15-year-old does have an iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
But it was free. It's like the family bill, free fun, like whatever. But you get it and you can set it up to where they can't download apps. I get a text message if she wants a new app and I have to approve it. And you can put a lot of parental features on there to where they're very limited on what they can do.
Yeah.
But I can also track her. Like I can look on my phone right now and tell where she is.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, you gotta kind of have to do. Like I wasn't allowed to bring my phone upstairs to bed.
Oh yeah,
all throughout high school, I had to leave it downstairs.
Oh, my daughter has to do that. Actually.
Yeah,
it stays plugged in my room where it charges every night.
Nice, tight with it. I like it. That's what I'm gonna do because again, at the time, I'm like, freaking, this is the worst. You know, I'm texting my girlfriend at the time, now wife. I'm like, all right, well, I gotta put my phone up. I'm going to bed.
Good night.
Good night. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, so how's the lending business going for you?
It's going well, real well. We've made some pretty big jumps in this market. Ryan and I have since we started. We started May of last year, so we're about a year and a half in now. And North Carolina, just in general, we have some loan officers in Charlotte as well. We've probably grown the most in the last year and a half. And we have what call an attachment rate, which is how many of our loans are coming from Compass agents since we're a joint venture.
Yeah.
And our attachment rate's one of the highest in like the Southeast as well. So,
yours and Ryan's or the Charlotte people too?
All of us combined.
Oh, really?
Carolina, but yours and Ryan's are all up there.
Yeah.
So we've done a pretty good job of kind of coming in here and creating relationships and showing our worth
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So, I mean, there's a lot of products too. A lot of people can't do helps us a lot because I know he went into the last one. We both came from Truist,
Yeah.
where we had, conventional loans, FHA, VA, and a jumbo, but outside of that, not much. And then we have bank statements, asset statements, DSCR, all this fun stuff we can do.
Yeah.
Really opens up the floodgates.
Yeah. Yeah. The DSCR is cool. Why on the DSCR? Is it because you don't need income check that the rate is higher?
Yeah, for the most part. And you can, I mean, if they can get approved full doc, which means using income and more of a debt to income ratio analysis to get approved, you're going to get a better interest rate.
Even on a DSCR?
Well, you wouldn't do both.
Oh, you got
it's one or the other.
Okay.
Because, I mean, the other ways, you could have a 660 credit and not even have enough income to pay for this if the renters weren't there.
Right.
So there's a higher risk in that, where the other ones is, hey, if you're positive cash flow. Now, the ratio does affect it a lot. So you have the DSCR, which is a debt service coverage ratio. The higher that ratio is, the lower your rate's going to go because it shows your cash flows even more. Like you're getting enough from rent to pay your mortgage and have a lot more money left over.
Right.
You're going to get a little bit better rate.
How do they determine that?
It's going to be your...
How do they determine, like, oh, the rent is not going to be 1-to-1, it's going to be like 2-to-1?
So we get a market rent schedule. The appraiser does it.
Okay.
So a lot like a CMA or just like an appraisal. Right. It's done on rents that are like around there. And they give us, hey, this is the average rent for a property like this. So we compared that to the PITIA, the principal, interest, taxes, insurance, and association dues, if applicable.
Yeah.
And so if the rent is, let's say, 125% of that number, that would be a ratio of 1.25, your rate's going to be a lot better than if they're the exact same number and there's no profit. You're just breaking even. Does that make sense?
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Well, a little bit of knowledge thrown at you.
Right. I like it.
So, I mean, typically down payment's the big issue there. Like the larger you can put down, the better that ratio is going to be. And the better the ratio is, the better interest rate you're going to get.
Right. So it makes sense.
DSCR with current rates, it's really like 30% where you start breaking even, and then anything above 30 is where that ratio starts going up a little bit more.
Oh, okay.
It's tough to do it at 20% right now.
At a convention, that makes sense. At a conventional loan, what is there, like, as far as down payments? Is there bigger jumps for interest rates? Like, okay, if you can go between 3.5% to 10% down, your interest rate is, not going to be great, but if you can do 10 to 20, it's going to be this, it's going to be 20 to whatever. Like, what are those, like, gaps and jumps?
So you'd be surprised, believe it or not, the best interest rate is with a lower down payment, typically. And the reason being is if you have less than 20% down, what do you have on a mortgage? PMI.
Yeah.
So you have a third party insurance company that is insuring the lender that if you default, the lender gets its money back. So let's say at 20% down, so you're doing the minimum amount, there's no PMI on there anymore.
Right.
The lender has no guarantee that if you default, they're going to get their money back. They have the 20% equity, hopefully, but if you just completely trash the house in the next year, they could be out money.
Right.
So at like 3 to 5%, so first-time homeowners, if they're doing 3%, you actually have a lower interest rate than you would than if you're doing 10 to 20%. But interest, that PMI is going to be a little bit higher as well because you don't have as much equity in the game. So it kind of levels out a little bit.
Okay.
But yeah, the interest rate's actually lower. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So even if you put down, like, obviously I don't know about your interest rate, but your payment's going to be way lower if you did like 50%. But what about like your interest rate? Like, let's say 50 is kind of dramatic. What if you do like a 30% down? Like, is your interest rate really going to be better? Or are you just kind of wasting money?
At 30, at 30 to 20, not a big. 40% is typically where you're going to get the best rate no matter what.
Okay.
No PMI or anything. If you can do 40% down, you're getting the best rate out there no matter what.
So even at 3.5% down with PMI, pretty equal to 20 as far as your payment goes. It's going to be pretty much equal to 20 with no PMI with a higher interest rate of 20.
Your payment won't be just because the down payment difference, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if we were looking at just like the interest rates and then add the PMI to it at like the same loan level, they would be a little bit closer. But since there's a big gap between that down payment, you're going to have a higher payment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Huh. Yeah, it's something new every day.
So it is finding somebody that understands LLPAs, which are low level price adjusters, which are based off credit scores, down payment, type of property, like investment, primary, a lot of other things too. If you can, there's actually a grid. You can go like Fannie Mae and look at the LLPAs, and it is a strategy for good loan officers to look at that to try to put their client in the best rate scenario possible. Because it might be, hey, I know you want to do this down payment, but why don't we do 1% less? We can get you a little bit better rate. The PMI might change by $5, and actually payment's actually going to be better with a better rate with you doing less of a down payment.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Because monthly payment's really all that matters. So.
Yeah.
Huh. What were you doing before giving away millions of dollars?
Before this, so I was a branch manager at a bank for years too.
And did you go to college for banking?
I was a finance major. Yes. Okay. Business management was the actual major. Finance was my concentration.
Okay.
At NC State.
Okay.
But right out of school, I actually went into Enterprise Rent-A-Car, and I was with them for 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I worked my way up to like an area manager. So I was actually over the Cary area. I was over Durham for a while, kind of bounced back and forth, and then left there to get into banking. Yeah.
Why? You didn't like it?
Dude, I had 2 young kids at the time. I was working 60 plus hours a week, most weekends, because a lot of them are 7-day operations, and I was always in on the weekends. It's got to be a lot. You end up getting to a certain point in your career there too that you have to start moving around.
Oh, okay.
And so really my next spot would have been moving my family from Raleigh to who knows where.
Right.
Didn't really want to get into that because that would have been just the first of probably many moves. To get out of that, I had a good friend that left Enterprise already and was managing a branch for SunTrust at the time. It's Truist now.
Yeah.
And kind of got my foot in the door and I started doing that.
Did you go right into lending?
No. We did lending, but not straight mortgages. I did like home equity lines, stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I transitioned from that after a couple of years to mortgages.
Okay. And how long were you doing that before you came over to OriginPoint?
4 or 5 years.
Okay.
So,
do you like it? You like what you do?
Oh yeah, a lot better.
If you weren't lending, what would you be doing?
Oh, okay. Let's see. Okay, so when I left branch banking at first, believe it or not, I was actually looking in to be a pilot.
Really?
Yeah. I went out there's a school in Smithfield.
Mm-hmm.
God, I forget the name off the top of my head. So I went out there and you have to pay money to go out there. They take you up in the plane, go through the whole thing. So I went up, flew, me and just one other guy. I have a picture of me, son. It used to be my profile picture of me up in the air flying this plane. He takes off. We flew to, I think, a Nightdale airport, landed, fueled up again, took off. He actually let me take off. Like, apparently you don't need a lot of instruction to fly a plane. I guess there was only 2 people, so the collateral damage would have been low. But yeah, he was like, I'm gonna let you take off. I was like, huh? Putting foot on the pedals, so I'm steering it. I put the throttle down, and that says, I think like 64 miles an hour. It's like, once it's 64, it's pull back on and I was like, all right. And we took off and let me fly it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And I'd love to do that again.
So was it a course or was that just a one-time thing?
That was more, hey, are you going to like this?
Yeah. Okay.
I did. I just didn't have the time to end up doing it. But it's a funny story. We were up, I think we were 3,500 feet. And I guess he likes to see how people react to see if they'd be good for the job or not. So we're at 3,500 feet. He pulls the throttle all the way back. I'm like I didn't even know what was going on. And so the plane just kind of dips a little bit, but the plane was a glider. It was designed by people who make gliders, and then they put single engine a prop on it, and so it dips down, but then it kind of levels off. He's like, I just like to see how people react to that. That'll let me know if they freak out, and this might not be good for them.
Did you freak out?
No, I didn't know what was going on. I probably would have if I'd have known what he did. But I was like, oh, okay, great, thank you. So that was interesting, but it was a 2-year program.
Okay.
Not cheap to do. But when you're done, you have your single engine, your multi-engine, your commercial, all these different licenses that you need that you can go directly and start flying for commercial aircraft or commercial airlines. But the schedule is just, the more I started looking at the schedule, it was your bottom of the totem pole when you come in. So you're working like every weekend. You're working all holidays. You're just gone. And it takes a couple of years for you to get past that. And then once you go from officer to first officer, I forget the different terms of like the main pilot,
Correct.
2 people up there, you start back over at the bottom of the totem pole and keep working yourself up from there. I was like,
Especially you got a family and stuff. Was this why you had a family you're doing?
Yeah. So it's like, as much as I wanted to do that, I was like, maybe I'll stick to one day getting my private pilot's license and just flying for fun.
And you still plan on doing that?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Oh, yeah. That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah. It'd be a good time. It's a lot cheaper than you think to just charter like a single engine plane.
And would you just rent them for the day?
Yeah, you can rent them. You can join, like, they have clubs that you...
Like a yacht club?
Yeah. But even just planes, and it's nowhere close to probably the expense of a yacht club. But you just go out to some of these private airports, and you'll go online and say, reserve that plane for a week, and you'll fly it to the beach or wherever you want to do. And you don't even pay for it when it's grounded. You just pay for like the fuel and the trip out there for the hours it's used.
Really?
Yeah.
Where are these airports? Like Smithfield?
Smithfield. There's some up north of Raleigh. I forget, like Oxford or something, that area too. But there's a few of them around here you can join.
Interesting.
I know.
So how much does it cost to get your pilot's license? And because it's probably you wouldn't have to go for the same course as the commercial. Is there just a single, like a shorter course for just private?
There is. I forget the cost of just that. The cost of the whole course to go through 2 years and everything was like $80,000.
Daggone.
And that was years ago. I'm sure it's 100 now.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's 2 years of your life, and you've given them. And you start making income after 6 months. So after 6 months, you have enough training to where you can be like a flight instructor, I believe.
Okay.
So you can start taking other people up. So y'all both are getting your hours in, but you're technically getting paid.
Okay.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
But I guess it helps offset some of the costs. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably what I've done if I didn't do this.
That's crazy.
How about you?
I don't know. I said this on the last episode, I think, was I would want to manage or own a like high-end cigar lounge.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it would be really cool. And like with the bourbon bar there. So there's this cigar lounge that I love. It's probably my favorite I've ever been to in Charlotte. It's what is it? Casa de Monte Cristo cigar lounge there.
Okay.
And it is, dude, it's so nice. The people in there are so cool. You got a couple different like private rooms if you want with like 4 to 6 chairs. And then there's a big open lounge for everybody to kind of sit in. And then they have a really nice bar there with like a good bourbon selection. Cool fireplaces, big walk-in humidor, obviously.
Yeah.
But something like that I think would be super sick.
Okay.
I don't know. But that's like, they don't make a ton of money. Especially like, I mean, I would have to do it in Raleigh, obviously, but then, the cost of Raleigh's so expensive that you got to be selling some cigars. Obviously, you get a lot of money from the bar.
Yeah, I'll say that's probably where the margins come from.
Yeah, yeah. Like cigar margins aren't huge, so and like somebody comes in, they spend $20 on a cigar, which is a lot for a cigar.
Yeah,
but you bought it for 15, and they're there for 2 hours. So it's like,
I'm gonna need you to have a couple bourbons.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know how some of these cigar lounges do it without having a liquor license. Cause I'm like, how do you, unless they have just been there forever, you know? But either that or I don't know, maybe sell cars.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe sell like a Jeep Gladiator or something.
Those are awesome cars.
I heard those are sick.
I've heard they're the best. They're better than F-150s.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah,
that's what I've
heard.
But as far as like selling cars and stuff, I'm like, like any other job, like you got to start at the bottom. So you got to work at like a Kia or something, and then like you're not gonna just go work at the BMW or Rolls Royce or something. So yeah, and then you're grinding. Like you're there, you know.
You are. You got to be there a lot of you are. So
yeah, and so I'm like, nah, I'll never do that. But I don't know, maybe lend people money.
I've heard that's a good job.
I've heard it is a good job. Yeah, especially like if you can buy yourself a nice Jeep Gladiator, you're probably doing all right.
Such a high-end car. I know, man.
It's the peak of luxury.
I mean, it really is. People just don't understand.
That's right.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, hopefully I don't have to find out what my alternative will be because I love selling.
Yeah.
And I plan on doing this for a long time. I think my goal is to more like down the road. Like I've only been doing this 7 years. I'm 25, so I feel like I got a lot of gas in the tank still.
Oh, yeah.
But as I get older, like, you know, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to wind down. My dream would be to like oversee an office.
Sure.
And then help out.
Yeah.
You
Take
know.
a step back.
I think it's like, I think
Hey.
it's probably like your natural progression of any type of business is like, you know, you go hot and heavy for, you know, 20 years or whatever. And then you kind of, okay, let me mentor the next people coming up. And so I think that's that. Short term, I want to grow out the team a little bit more.
Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
That's where you got to put your time in to be able to mentor folks. So
Yeah. Especially like there's so many different, and I'm sure I know you experience the same thing in the lending field. There's just so many unique like transactions.
Oh yeah.
That like you have to be in it for a long time. I worked with this builder who said like to really master being a builder, like you can build a lot of houses, but unless you're doing it for like 10 years, like you're not. It's hard to master something like because you just haven't seen it all.
Yeah.
You know, it just takes time to just see all the things and do all the things. So, but yeah, like there's just so many different weird, unique situations. Even like in 7 years, I'm like, I'll have like 2 or 3 a year that I'm like, trying to figure out what to do. I'll call, you know, broker in charge or whatever and be like, hey, what do I do here?
It's the same in lending. I don't think you ever get to the point where there's not going to be a new situation.
Mm-hmm.
You just kind of get used to it. And as long as you know the products and everything well enough, you kind of maintain. But there's always a new scenario.
Especially there's probably like, updated laws and stuff like that is a huge factor. Updated technology is going to forever change things, the way things are done. And so, I don't think it'll ever.
You just have to, honestly, the more you understand that there's going to be change, the better you are at it. You just can't get complacent, I guess.
Yeah.
So
where do you see the market is in terms of like interest rates and stuff in 2026
let's see.
Since I know you have the crystal ball over there, and you
I
can
do.
see into the future.
Yeah, and quote me on this because this will 100% come true. Let's see. We're going to continue to see Feds making rate moves, and heck, we got maybe another hour and a half before we see one today.
Yeah.
But I think we'll be back to the fives next year. I think it'll be high fives, and it might hold a little steady to kind of see what happens with inflation, and hopefully that some of the moves they make this year will help the labor market out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're going to get back to where we start seeing some fives in the mortgage industry. If you look over the last like 50 years, take out the extreme highs and lows, 5 to 5.5 is about where our sweet spot is. That's where we have a really good like housing market.
Healthy.
Yeah. So I think we'll get in the fives. I don't know if we'll get to 5.
Right.
I think if we could stay between 5.5 and 6, I'd be pretty happy from where we've been the last few years.
Yeah. Do you think you'll see a good mix of refis and new purchases, or do you think it'll be mostly refis?
Oh, I think we'll see a lot of purchases too. I think as soon as we start seeing fives again on fixed rates, typically fixed rates are about 0.5% higher than the adjustable rates too.
Okay.
So as soon as we start seeing fives on fixed rates, I think that one, you're going to have a lot more folks. I mean, there's a lot of people out there would like to move right now, but they don't want to give up their 2%, 3% interest rate.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make sense. But I think you can wrap your head around dropping a 3% interest rate for, a 5% interest rate.
Yeah.
And so you have a lot more people selling, which they're only selling to buy. So there's 2 transactions. But then, there are a lot of folks that have closed since 2022. In the last 3 years that are going to have to refi too. So I think it's going to be a pretty healthy mix.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of refis happening this year. I mean, we're starting to get more just the last month or so.
Yeah.
But I think next year is going to be more refis and more buys.
At what point do you think it's worth refinancing? Like if it just drops a 0.25%, is it worth the refi?
Typically not. You want to look at the cost of the loan, which is typically cheap. I'd say 0.5%, sometimes 0.75%. Every situation's a little bit different, where it's definitely worth. I think once you see a 0.5% better rate, it's worth picking up the phone and calling.
Okay.
It's also
because what's that refi process look like on your end?
Application, some income docs, documented documents, and I mean, it's pretty easy. We typically don't have to worry about any kind of assets or anything like that because you're not going to be bringing money to the table.
Mm-hmm.
It's a much easier process. No deadlines in it.
Yeah.
Closing dates and stuff like that. So that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm excited for 2026. I think it'll be a really good year for, both of our businesses.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of people even now like, well, we're waiting, and I'm sure you do too. Like, a lot of people just like, oh, we're waiting until it hits whatever that magic number is, 599 or whatever.
Yeah, but another thing I tell buyers all the time too is for every point in interest rate we fall, they say 5 million buyers hit the market.
Really?
So you got not on the $300,000 house when you add another. I mean, for our market, let's say we had 10,000 more buyers in the market. That $300,000 house with just the sheer competitors now is going to be 320.
Yeah.
So now you're paying $20,000 more for a house that you could have bought then and then refinanced and got the rate.
Yeah.
It's going to be the same payment no matter what.
Yeah.
Have a lower interest rate with a higher price point or a lower price point with a higher interest rate.
Yeah. I remember like the 2020, 2021 market, and everybody was like, dude, you're, like I was telling some people about like my clients who, closed on houses, like they're crazy for paying that much over what the value is. Like it appraised for, let's say it appraised for 600 and they bought it for 675, 700 and they pay the difference. And now they're sitting on $900,000 properties and they have a 2% interest rate. So it's like, hey, they were kind of right. I mean, sometimes obviously a lot of people in that market was tough too. You would have to go over. Yeah. And it's not going to appraise for that much over. And so a lot of people just don't have the cash to make up that difference. Plus, you got to do these outrageous due diligences and stuff like that. So
I had so many people just backing out too. They made like 20 to 30 offers on homes and just stopped. They're like, we're done. We're going to wait.
Yeah.
I talked to so many folks say, I wish we could get back to the 2s and 3s. I'm like, honestly, I don't think you do.
Yeah. It was tough.
Yeah.
It was so tough. But the people that ended up with houses, obviously, I think, even those were tough conversations because it was like, how bad do you want this house? Oh, we really want it. Okay. Do you want enough to go $100,000 over asking? Because if you don't, then you're not going to get it. Like, you're not even going to sniff.
Oh, yeah.
Because you're competing against 20 other people. And it's like, and they're all over asking price.
Yeah.
And dude, it was crazy, man.
And due diligence funds were getting insane.
Oh, insane. Yeah. The biggest one I wrote was 90,000.
I got 250.
What? That's crazy.
250 in DD. They actually sold the house like a year and a half later.
That's wild. This one was sight unseen too, which I was like, I mean, I did a FaceTime with them for it, and it worked out. Because they ended up loving the house. But I'm like, but you haven't even but they didn't have time to fly down.
Yeah.
And look at it themselves because they were from New York, and so I was like, all right, let's do this 100,000 over, at least 100,000 over with 90,000 due diligence. I'm like, but if you want the house, that's what it's going to take.
Yeah. How much do you want?
Yeah. And I remember that one. I talked to the listing agent after, and they were like, it was between you and another one, but you had like 10,000 more due diligence. I'm like, and that's still how close it was between us and the next person. Like,
wow.
Yeah. That was wild.
And if they see the worth of the house is $675 to them, then it's, guess what?
Right.
Once you close and it's recorded, it's going to be worth that much.
Right.
They're going to be using your house to comp the next one.
Yeah.
You're going to help the whole neighborhood house. They're going to love you.
They'll love you. Yeah. 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 I don't know of any. I haven't had any experience yet of like people who've overpaid. I'd say more from like 2023. Maybe some people not overpaid a little. Let me backtrack. They probably bought it for what it was worth.
Right.
But the equity is not what they thought it was going to be to 2025. So now they're looking to sell, and they're like, yeah, well, if you bought in 2020 or 2021 and you sold 2 years later, you're making, $100,000 equity. But now it's like, okay, well, you've made $30,000, $20,000 equity.
Yeah.
It's not bad, but the expectation was just still in COVID. And then even now, dude, like trying to manage that COVID expectations 5 years later.
Oh, yeah.
God, that's crazy market, dude. It's crazy.
Crazy. It was in 5 years.
Isn't it?
It's crazy.
Oh, God.
Yeah. This time, I guess 5 years ago, I was home trying to teach my kids at the same time. Like I was the teacher. My wife and I had to go back and forth. They're in school, but schooling from home.
Oh,
Yeah, that was fun.
That's wild. That sucks.
Yeah, I did.
What does your wife do?
She works from home. She does, she's a nurse for a very long time for Duke Hospital.
That's right. Oh.
And now she does kind of like data analytics stuff for their cardiologist.
For Duke's cardiology?
Yes.
Okay.
For a portion of specialized cardiology, as I would say. So
that's nice.
that's about all I can tell you about what she does. Hope she didn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, like my wife, I think we talked about this before, but when we got handled in pickleball, but my wife,
We didn't have to talk about that.
yeah, you guys got handled really bad. At least me and Davis. Actually, no, we didn't even put up a point. Never mind.
We didn't.
Did you guys put up a point?
Well, we only got to play to 7. So in my defense, we would have if we got to play to the actual score. I'm sure we would have. There's a point coming.
There eventually.
Yes, there was one coming.
At least you guys were playing against 2 young dudes. We played against, granted, they're super sweet, but older couple.
Okay.
Like,
Well, they're
late
best
60s,
ones.
early 70s, and we lost 11-0.
Yeah.
Me and Davis. They were
They're
young,
great at
pretty good.
pickleball.
Do what?
But the older folks are great at pickleball.
Yeah, but I mean, me and Davis's problem was the ball would come towards us, and neither of us would say "got it," and so then it would just hit the back of the fence.
Yeah, nah, I think that happened.
I'm like, dude, I thought you had it. I thought you had it.
Yeah, I didn't even know the rules when it was like
Oh yeah, I didn't know the rules.
they were having to tell me to switch spots and when I
Have
should.
you played since?
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, have you played before that?
I did one, like we have pickleball courts in our neighborhood,
Mm-hmm.
and I was out there one time, and one of the guys I know asked me to step in and play because somebody had to leave. So I literally, I think, played one game before that, but I did not know the rules whatsoever still.
Yeah. No, you played pretty good.
I had fun. I would love to do it again.
Yeah, Devontae's struggling.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, no, that's funny, man. Anyway, back to the lending thing. What's kind of your goal for your business, your career? Like, do you set goals every year? Here's how much volume I want to do.
We do. And a lot of times it's Ryan and I kind of working together on that, setting volume goals, stuff like that. More so than a volume goal is, like I talked about earlier, the attachment rate. I like to just get that up too, because it's not where we want it to be. I just want to work with more real estate agents here at Compass and kind of show the worth that we have, because I think there's a lot of folks out there that probably have been said no to by other lenders that we could probably help them out and get them to a home right now. From a goal standpoint, I think that kind of fluctuates. And next year's one of those that I haven't set yet because it's so much going to be hindering on where we do end up with rates.
Yeah.
So I'll probably sit down and start setting those in December when I have a better idea of what the outlook looks like. Because refi volume, if that's going to be a certain portion of it, I want to have like a refi volume goal and a purchase goal.
Okay.
Purchases are always more important to me. Purchases are always there.
Yeah.
You have a certain, I think, better sense of fulfillment on purchases too. Somebody buy a home and got them there, they got a new place, or their family, or this is their first time home, and you kind of get that fulfillment sense. Refis, you still do. I'm saving the money,
right?
But buying a home versus getting them a better interest rate to have more, I like the purchase.
Yeah. As a lender, how do you go about getting business?
Mostly just building relationships
with other realtors.
Yeah, I think that's the big part. Building relationships, keeping in touch with clients is important too, because most clients are going to own multiple homes in their lives. So showing your worth, educating them so they feel at the end of the process that they understood the whole process at a higher level when they were done. But the biggest part is just the relationship building. And I know I said it like 7 times, but showing that worth and what I can do. And I'm not just they're not just a number, right, to me, I guess, but I truly do care, and I want to make sure that it's done the easiest way possible with the best interest rate at the lowest cost to clients.
How do you do that? Like, how do you show that you care?
To agents or clients or
both, I guess. Like, how do you prove yourself trustworthy to somebody you've never met?
I think one is availability. I think is huge. Showing you care means putting what they think is important before what I think is important, and it's different for everybody. And a lot of time it is just like, hey, just be there when I need you. Yeah, because I get people are working 9-to-5 jobs so they can pay their mortgage. Maybe they're not available 9 to 5 for me to have those conversations. So So making sure I'm there after hours on the weekends when they actually really need me. I think that's one way to kind of show you care.
Yeah.
Educating, I think, is important too. Just not just being transactional. I can easily just take orders
Right.
and do what they ask. But at the end of the day, I'm the professional. You might tell me this is the kind of loan you want. And after I dive into it, I'm like, hey, I get it. I understand what you're looking at. Let me show you something else that I think might be better. Just educating them a little bit. Like I can show them, hey, yeah, we have a lot of different products. This is going to be a better fit for you because of X, Y, Z. And educating them and act the real estate agent at the same time. Because they might hear something new and that might help them with the next client too.
Yeah. Do you specialize in a product? Like I've heard of lenders who are like, oh, I specialize in VA or USD or whatever.
I do a little bit of everything. I think we do a lot of non-QM, non-qualified mortgage stuff, so not conventional VA, FHA. I know, honestly, those are not easy because they all can be different, but I think for lenders with experience, those are easier products that we can easily get done. It's the non-QM when we're looking, it's kind of getting creative, I guess, like the DSCR. We have like a foreign national product. We have a no ratio to where we don't even care about your debt to income ratio whatsoever. It's more about this down payment. And just, I mean, a lot of those, I think, because that's some products that not a lot of people have, and a lot of people that are being told no to at other lenders can come and we can actually say yes and get them the house they want.
Yeah. What do you think is like the most frustrating part of being a lender?
Oh gosh. It's a great question.
Thank you.
What is the most frustrating part? Maybe just third parties sometimes, because as a lender, we get involved with a lot of third parties, and we have deadlines to meet.
Right.
So if I don't get things I need
realtors
from not I'm sorry, third parties in our transaction.
Okay.
No. Please strike that from the. It's I mean, and it's typically one-offs, but I mean, appraisers, for example, title company, he's the attorney. So like sometimes I don't get things in time, and we normally end up taking the brunt of it, the lenders, because I don't want to make anybody else look bad. But sometimes, I mean, I have deadlines to meet. If I don't get what they get, if I don't get the stuff I need from them in time, then it can kind of make the whole process look bad. But I have no control over their timeline. I know that we're all busy, so I'm understanding with it.
Yeah.
I guess that can be frustrating at times, but things happen.
Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. I don't know what the most frustrating thing about being a real estate agent is.
Lenders?
Lenders for sure, dude. They drive me nuts. I mean, probably other agents.
Okay.
Like, and not in a, like, I've only ever in my 7 years had like, there's one recently that's coming to mind, but that's not like a bad experience with another agent. I feel like most agents do their job and they do it well.
And there's like in one transit, like the selling agent versus the buyer.
Yes, yeah. But I feel like, ultimately we both had the same goal of getting to the closing table.
Yeah.
And so we, let's just get it done. And sometimes negotiations can put like, hey, we're not friends, right? And so it's like, I mean, we could be friends after this, but like my fiduciary responsibility is to my client. And so as much as I like you as a person, you need to take $10,000 off me. So give us $10,000 in concessions.
Yeah.
But it really is the agents that, I don't know, like that not take it seriously, but like, I don't know, like this is what I do for a living. And so it's the agents that like only sell 2 or 3 a year.
Yeah.
Because they're, part-time, not because they're trying to make themselves or anything, but they don't really care about being a good agent. They just got their license, they work a full-time job, and they try to do a little bit here and there. Those can be frustrating just because you're like, okay, like like you said, timelines are huge, obviously.
Yeah.
Due diligence period expires tomorrow, and you haven't sent over your due diligence repair request, and you said you were going to, and it expires tomorrow. We're not extending it. So yeah, I don't know, stuff like that. But no, it's a, like, client wise, I haven't had too many, if any. One time I had a client who their daughter intentionally burnt down their house the day before closing. That was pretty crazy.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, dude. So we listed this house. It was nice. It was like $600,000 house.
Is it around here?
It's in Harnett County in Bun Level. You can read about it on the news. And I'm selling this house. Goes under contract, and the mother was 85. Her husband died. She was living alone. Big house. Her daughter lived behind them. Nut job. Like, shot her husband already. Like, she's crazy. Anyway, she calls me, like, threatening me because I'm selling agent and stuff. She's like, Dad, how you can't be selling this house, all this stuff. So anyway, they hated each other, the mom and daughter. Daughter thought she should be getting the house. She's not, even though they have a beautiful house that they gave to them before. Anyway, the day before, actually, so closing was on a Monday. Friday, their homeowner's insurance expires. And the old lady calls me, my client, and is like, hey, should I re-up this? And I'm like, absolutely, because I see you'll just get reimbursed. Like, right, you just click the button, re-up your thing. It's a 2-second process. And once you close, you'll get reimbursed. But if for whatever reason it doesn't close, right, then you have homeowner's insurance. Praise the Lord, she did. But then Sunday, it's probably 10:30, 11. Me and my wife are hanging out on the couch, and I get a call from the buyer's agent that's like, did you see what happened to the house? And I'm like, no. So then we go on I think I looked on like Facebook or something, and I see the pictures of like the house engulfed in flames. Like, dude, the angle was gone. Like, there was nothing left. So I drive out there that night.
Oh my gosh.
To be sure, there it is. Like, burnt down. Nothing left. And I'm like,
huh. Okay.
Anyway, so the buyer, we reimbursed them their due diligence earnest money. They said we owe them for all their inspections and stuff, and so we said no. They took us to court. That got thrown out. Really? Don't owe them for their inspections. Just caveat emptor state, buyer beware. House burned down. Anyway, daughter did it. Daughter ran away. She's like lost somewhere. Nobody knows where she is.
So she hadn't been caught for doing that?
No, man. No, she's gone. Nobody knows where she is.
She wasn't in the house?
No,
Okay.
She wasn't in the house. No, her husband later said, oh, she was in West Virginia or something. I mean, they don't talk anymore, but
that's a good story.
Yeah, wow. Pretty crazy. But then the sellers ended up still paying me for my services.
Oh, really?
Which was huge, because I was like,
did they get insurance or something?
Yeah, once they got their insurance money, they paid me like what would have been my commission.
Oh,
so
nice
super nice of them, because obviously we're 8 hours away from closing, and I did all this obviously marketing money. I had she moved to California and to get away from the daughter because she was sending her death threats. And
take gracious,
I'm like, I had it was 5 acres. I had it mowed every 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm spending all this money to get this house sold. I'm like, right here, I'm like, I'm not gonna make any money on this sucker. And then she sent me a check for it.
So they got insurance payout, didn't build back, they just moved.
No, they didn't build back, but then she had me relist just the lot it was on too.
Oh,
so I got
okay.
out too. So that's nice. It worked out. It worked out well for me.
Oh, but what a scenario! Oh my
god, that's like my craziest. That happened 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
Yeah. It's in Bun Level. I forget it was on Loop Road. I forget the address of the house, but wow. Yeah, it was crazy. So hopefully when we were talking about like having to have, you get all these unique experiences.
That's a new one.
That's a new one.
Yeah.
I don't care. And somebody in the business might be in the business for 40 years, and they probably have never come across their house getting burned down.
Oh, yeah.
Last thing the day before.
Haven't had that from a loan perspective. I've had a client pass away like right before closing before. That was tough.
That is tough.
Yeah.
So what do they do? Like, they still have to fulfill
Nope.
They let it all go.
Yeah, it was all. It's been a while ago. I forget what happened. To be honest with you, from like a due diligence and earnest money standpoint, I forget.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was a bad one, because I built a pretty good relationship with like their family during the process too. And it's kind of tough.
Oof.
Yeah,
that is tough.
That's a newer one on me there.
Yeah.
No houses burned down.
Yeah. Hopefully I never have a house burned down again.
Yeah, that'd be good.
And especially since then, I'm like, every buyer I have, I'm like, make sure you're homeowners.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter's not crazy. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, we did know she was crazy. So, like, when I went out there, man, I was like, please don't come up to me Like, I mean, granted, she was like, I don't know, 5'1", 70-some pounds, strung out drug addict. So I'm like, I'm not too worried. I mean, you could shoot me, I guess.
I was
But
like, yeah, that doesn't matter when it comes to knives,
yeah,
guns, and
So that was a little worrisome.
poor parents, their poor mom.
I know, poor mom. Like, she lost her husband. Like, that was probably 6 months before all this.
Oh my gosh.
And she was the sweetest old lady. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, that was terrible for her. But she's still thriving out there in California, last I've heard.
Oh, well, good.
Good for her. But anyway, yeah, man. What do you kind of do in your free time besides, like I said, giving millions and millions and millions of dollars away?
Well, it's a full-time job right there, I guess. But both my kids are pretty active.
How old are
they? Almost 15 and 11. So my daughter's going through driver's ed and doing all that.
Oh,
yeah. She's got to drive this weekend, actually, like with a driving instructor.
Oh, yeah.
For 2 hours.
What kind of car are you buying her?
That's a good question. Probably a Jeep Gladiator.
Nice.
It's like they're both active in soccer, which is really busy. Like tonight, just for example, they both have practice, and first one starts at 4:45. The second one starts later, so we're between 4:45 and like 8 o'clock. It's straight soccer.
Oh, is that the same field at least?
Yes.
Nice.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a lot of it. I mean, outside of what my kids do to keep me busy, I love to mountain bike.
Oh, okay. Where do you mountain bike around here?
Used to at Crabtree, but they RU just kind of closed all the trails out there.
Okay.
There's one in Beaver Creek, which is kind of North Raleigh area.
Okay.
It has a lot of trails. Forest Ridge is probably the closest to me, close to Wake Forest. Wake Forest Reservoir.
Are you an adrenaline guy?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'd love to go skydiving. Never have, but that's something I would love to do.
Yeah, I'm not.
I guess that.
Do that.
Really?
No.
See, I would love.
My dad did it, and I was like, we're all there, we're watching them, and I'm like,
why are you watching them from the ground?
From the ground.
Okay.
And like pops could splat on the ground right now, and we're all just watching. Yeah, that would suck. Yeah, and he's still alive.
That's good.
But yeah, no, because I don't do heights. Like, dude, I got our floodlights at our back of their house.
Yeah.
All went out except for one, so I got to get up on the ladder and change them, and they're so high up, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
Yeah.
I hate heights.
Yeah. I've gotten more, like I used to know, I don't like heights in the sense of I'm not secured to something. If I'm like, I'm fine. If you have like a rope on me, like I'll zip line from 200 feet in the air. I don't really care that much. But like if I'm having to climb a ladder 200 feet in the air, I probably wouldn't like that.
Yeah. No, I don't like flying. I like flying.
Oh yeah.
So I'm not like scared of that.
Can you sleep on the airplane? Can you get that comfortable?
I can't sleep, not because of like I'm nervous.
Okay.
I just sleeping upright or
just uncomfortable. Okay.
I don't have enough money to fly first class, so usually like my ticket will say 34C or something like that.
I can sleep on a plane flights and straight up like before we even take off.
Really?
I get like for some reason
put on sunglasses,
relaxed. They turn the lights off before you take off.
Yeah.
You know.
I see. Like there's just too much going on. Like I gotta know.
Yeah. I like it.
Now I do like Delta has like the TVs in front of you. Like I can watch a good movie. Like I enjoy that.
Yeah.
But I've not also been on a flight. I guess I flew to Hawaii. That was long.
Oh, jeez.
And I for sure had to slept because on the way there, we flew to LA, which was nice because it was like 6 hours and then 6 hours.
Yeah.
On the way back, I flew 45 minutes to Atlanta and then like 11 hours to Hawaii. It was
from Atlanta to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
So that was brutal, or or whatever. I guess that was on the way back from Hawaii to Atlanta. But so to be sure, I slept, but I don't remember. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday we'll make enough money to fly first class, and I can lean back and chill. But
not worth it. It's not worth it.
No, and I know people that have like good money, and they're like they refuse to spend the money on first class, especially if like I'm flying to Florida where it's like an hour and a half flight.
Heck no,
I'm not spending $2,000 on.
The only time I would consider it is like when you're waiting at the gate and they ask if anybody wants to be upgraded.
Yeah.
Because they have extra tickets available. You can go there and sometimes negotiate.
Yeah, well, I have flown first class once to Pittsburgh because what I used to always do, I don't really do it anymore because it's kind of embarrassing, was like, hey, do you have any free upgrades to first class?
Yeah.
And I was flying from Raleigh to Pittsburgh, and there was nobody on the plane. And they're like, yeah, you can jump on the first class.
Perfect.
Sweet.
You go.
But it was like, it wasn't like first class. It was Frontier first class, which is most people's economy. But even then, I felt kind of like a douchebag. Like, I'm sitting there, everybody's walking by. I'm like the first one on. Like, I hate this, dude. I hate this. But yeah, I'm not shelling out that kind of cash. Anyway, what you think of the coffee? You still drinking it?
I'm almost done.
Yeah, I'm done too. It got cold. Had a little bit left.
I liked it. It was good. I mean, I just drank it black, so
yeah,
didn't really. I mean, I've had coffees before where I need to add a little bit of sweetener or something like that, but it's not super bitter. Like I've had some that are
no, it's not bitter.
So,
on a scale of 1 to 10,
oh man, let's
10 being the greatest cup of coffee you've ever had.
Let's give it an 8.
Okay, that's pretty good.
It's pretty. I like it.
Yeah,
but you also made it a very fancy way. Like
it's just a pour over.
I'm used to like Keurig.
Oh yeah.
So,
if that's all you drink, then yeah.
But
I guess it's a little more fancy, but
yeah. What would you give it? You might have more coffee than me.
Yeah, I do. I do have a lot of coffee. I'm still like learning.
Okay.
About like what I like in a coffee and what I don't. I don't know. This was a little more like mild for my liking. Maybe like a 7.2.
Okay. Wow, you're giving point numbers now.
Yeah.
Whew, that's a lot of coffee. If you're giving point numbers, you've had a lot of coffee.
I don't know. I can't. If I 7, I feel like it's too low. 8 is too high for me.
Okay.
So I'm like, I gotta go somewhere in the middle.
It's closer to a 7.
It's closer to a 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like a mild coffee. Like I don't like a really, I don't know,
robust.
Yeah.
The more I drink coffee, the more robust I want it.
Okay.
Because then I'm more like, it's kind of like bland.
Sure. I get
but
that.
Granted, it was very good.
Yeah.
It just wasn't like, I mean, it's a light roast. Yeah, it's a light roast. So, no, it doesn't have like a ton of.
Light roast has more caffeine.
It's more caffeine, right? Yeah. I don't know why that is. I learned. I did learn why. It had something to do with like the blooming process or something. I don't know. I don't remember. I'm making this stuff up.
I don't know what a coffee plant looks like to save my life. So,
but yeah, they say it does have more caffeine. But I'm like, how much more?
Yeah.
Is it like 10 milligrams more? Then who cares? Like that's nothing.
How much is a coffee cup? Has what, 300 milligrams?
No, it's like 90.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking like the energy drinks.
Yeah, the energy drinks has like 300.
Oh,
like a Celsius has like 200, I think.
Oh, geez.
I think the White Monsters has 300. Maybe.
Oh, so you can really get jacked.
And if you get like Ghosts, Rain, all those have 300. Yeah, but you don't really know what you're drinking. But they're good.
There's a lot of caffeine.
Yeah, it's a lot. Yeah.
Drink that before a workout, and you're probably
well. That's
good.
like, so I'll take like a pre-workout.
Yeah,
and that has I think 3 or 350 or something. It's a lot, but then it makes your face feel tingly, which is awesome. Like,
is it now?
Yeah, dude. Like you feel like your face is melting off. You're like, let's go.
Well, I'm going to get one once we complete this. I'm going to go get one and make my face tingle.
Yeah, well, like an energy drink doesn't. It's just a pre-workout for whatever.
So a pre-workout is just like a shake?
Yeah, it's like a powder.
Okay.
And you put it with water, or if you're really into it, some people like dry scoop it. So they take a scoop, put it down, and then wash it down with a drink of water.
That's hardcore.
That's hardcore. No. Yeah, I've done it once, and that'll set your face on fire. But then what you mix it with like 8 ounces of water or something. Put in a little shaker, just shake it up, drink it.
Okay.
And you're supposed to do it like 30 minutes before your workout starts. So by the time it kicks in, you're ready to roll.
Shoot, I eat a banana.
What do you do for working out?
I go to the gym a few days a week. Mostly just weights from there. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's what I do.
Stay swole, man. Swole's
a
goal.
And I mean, like I said, bike some.
Yeah.
Honestly, stay active with the kids. I love the water, like anything water related. So summertime's my dad like to ski.
Okay. Yeah.
Water ski. It's just swimming, anything like that too. So
yeah, swimming is great for you.
Yeah, I mean, I don't do it like I'm not doing
laps.
You're not
going to a lap pool, but
and if I am doing laps, I'm swimming like this side to drink some of my beer and swimming back. So probably counterproductive.
No, it allows you to drink more beer.
Well, there you go. Yeah,
you're burning the calories that you're drinking. So
it makes sense to do it.
Yeah, beer in, you're out.
We should do the podcast at the pool next time, swimming laps, drinking beer.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah. Beers and bros.
I just want to. That's a good one. That's really good. Yeah. I'm sure there's already a podcast called Beers and Bros.
Yeah, probably so.
That's too catchy. Yeah. I want to work out just enough that I don't get morbidly obese.
It's a good goal.
Yeah.
That's a good goal.
But I still want to eat and drink whatever I want.
Yeah, you're young enough you can do that. I have to watch what I eat a lot. You can't outwork a diet. You know, you can't out exercise a bad diet or whatever. So at 25, you probably still can.
I don't know. I can put on weight quick, but I can lose it quick too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I do I'll do a carnivore diet once a year.
For how long?
Depends. 2 to 4 months.
Wow, really?
Yeah. And I'll cut weight really quick.
Okay.
On that. And then I'm like, all right, good. I'm down to my goal weight, and then I'll balloon back up and do it again next year.
You have any energy at all when you do that?
More energy.
Really? Because you're not getting any carbs. I would think you would.
Yeah. So a lot of people have that kind of perception. The first 2 weeks are rough.
Yeah.
Because you're cycling off the carbs.
Yeah.
So your body's not using carbs to burn energy.
Right.
And so it takes all the carbs away, so you just feel like depleted. Once you switch over to just your body's burning fat, to use energy, that's when you start like, okay, I'm ready to go. And you don't have any lows. You're not really high either.
Yeah.
Unless you have an energy drink or a pre-workout, but you don't crash. So like you eat a meal and you never feel like, like if you have a big bowl of pasta or something, you're eating it and you feel like, oh, all right, I need to go lay on the couch for a little bit. You have a big steak on the carnivore, like while you're already, like you're like, all right, I'm good. There's never like any of that like bloated kind of like feeling. No. It's awesome.
All right.
If the only reason, not the only reason, it is kind of a nuisance to have to cook everything. Like you're not just going to sit down and like, let me have some chips or something because you can't.
Yeah. Bake a ton of chicken and just keep it refrigerated.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah. So I know like people do like bacon and just snack on like bacon or something.
Yeah.
And they've started to make like carnivore snacks. So like
jerky.
Yeah, like beef jerky, or like they make these like they're like beef chips. Like they're like dehydrated beef.
Okay, that's jerky, is it not?
Yeah, I mean they don't have the only thing that it's like beef and salt.
Okay,
I forget what it's called. It's like carne snacks or something like that. They're pretty good. Beef jerky has like a lot of other, like if you buy like what's the popular brand, Lynx or something like that.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, something like that. Anyway, they have like a lot of other stuff in there.
Okay.
And there's carbs. A little bit in there.
They probably put sugars and stuff.
Yeah. But like socially, it sucks. Like I closed on a house, and the clients invited me and my wife over for pizza after they closed.
Just picking off the pepperonis.
Well, I'm not gonna be that guy that's like, oh, I'm on a diet. Sorry, thanks for the invite. So like I had a slice or two, and it's like whatever. It's not gonna like make or break you, but socially, it kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Especially you go out to a restaurant, you're like, I'll take the pub burger, but no bun, no lettuce, no tomato, no onion, just the just bacon and the burgers.
No cheeses either, I guess, right?
I'm not that strict.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do cheese.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can't
Especially
eat a burger with no cheese.
Yeah, dude, that's eggs, like a ton of eggs.
If you just said no cheese, I probably would have taken these off and just walked out.
Yeah, no, I do cheese, and there's different levels. Like some people are like hardcore, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Huge podcaster, Canadian dude. I'm so upset I can't think of his name. Peterson? Anyway.
I told you before how many podcasts I listen to, unfortunately, but I'm going to start listening to this one.
He just does, I can't believe I'm basing on his name. He just does beef salt water. That's it.
Just beef too? Like what? No chicken or
no chicken? Nothing.
Wow.
Just
he's
beef.
Gonna have some high cholesterol.
So you would think.
Yeah.
But then there's this other guy on social media named Carnivore Ray. Okay. That's his tag, I think. And he's been doing it for 2 years. Carnivore only. And he had his blood work done before he started, and where it's now, and his cholesterol's lowered.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't understand the science behind that.
I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
His whole thing, and a lot of their things, we've been told that red meat is really bad for you.
Yeah.
And it's the opposite. It's actually the best thing for you.
I mean, I love red
Yeah.
meat.
Whether that's true or not, I don't know. For my own body, like I've I slept better.
Yeah.
I felt better.
Yeah.
And all that stuff. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I could eat a steak every day.
Oh, you eat a lot of steak. It's awesome.
I could do that.
Yeah.
It sounds like an expensive diet too, though.
Yeah, but you're not eating as much because like it's just protein all the time, and so you're more full.
Okay.
I feel like
Yeah.
so if I did like
there's a lot of calories in it too. So
Yeah.
you don't need to eat as much.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing. Like my wife and I are doing a calorie deficit right now, which I hate. And I'm like, I'd rather do the carnivore where I can eat as much as I want. Yeah, it's more limited.
Yeah.
But even on the calorie deficit, it's like, well, you can eat whatever you want. Yeah, well, I can have one bowl of ice cream, and that's all I can have for the day because it's 1,200 calories.
Oh god.
You know,
trying to stay at 1,200.
1,800.
Okay.
1,900. Yeah, 1,900.
Okay.
And I still like work out in the morning and stuff.
Okay.
And I guess I don't know if on the calorie deficit you're supposed to, like, let's say I burn 500 calories at the gym.
Yeah.
Which is kind of a lot. But let's say I burn 500 calories at the gym. Do I add 500 back to my calories? Like instead of 1,900, do I get 2,400? I always just do it at 1,900 whether I work out or not, but I don't know. I don't know what like the science is on that.
I don't know. It depends on the deficit you want, I guess.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. I don't know. But I like the days I work out harder.
Yeah.
I'm like, I can't do this freaking diet. Like I'm starving. And I have this problem where I'm afraid I'm not going to have enough calories for dinner, so I don't eat all day. And then I'll end up with like 400 calories that I could have eaten.
God, if you keep 1,900 just for dinner, you can have a pretty nice dinner.
Yeah. Well, I'm like, I can have 2 decent meals or 1 banging meal.
Yeah.
I'd kind of rather 1 banging meal. Like today, all I had was that yogurt before we started.
Yeah.
And then I'll have an awesome dinner. I don't know what I'm going to have, but
I'm apparently doing calorie deficit today because I haven't had anything today. I've had coffee.
0 calories.
Yeah. So
I think
so.
I would imagine.
I didn't put any sugar or anything in there.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No.
So yeah.
Anyway, well, let's wrap her up, eh?
All right. I appreciate
you
having me, man.
Yeah, dude. This was fun.
Yeah.
It was a lot of
real fun.
You were better than Ryan for sure.
Well, of course. I think that was the expectation, right? We knew that.
He said you'd be better. So.
Well, he's a smart guy.
Yeah, man. Well, thanks for coming on. Everybody go to Raleigh Coffee Company. It was a very good coffee. I just got to try
7.2.
7.2.
Yeah.
I always say this, but like we're just trying this one bean. Doesn't mean Raleigh Coffee Company's a 7.2.
No,
it just means the Tidal blend.
Sure.
In my opinion, which holds no weight, is a 7.2.
You like a darker roast.
Yeah, and I've always said I don't like dark roasts. Yeah, which is interesting.
No, your grade says the opposite. You're 7.2.
I know. Because my highest ever on the show, I gave it like a 9, and it was a dark roast.
What was that? Do you remember?
I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember where it was or what it was called. But I gave that a 9, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure. And I'm like, that was high. That might have been too high, but I just...
Oh, yeah, 8.8.
But I was like, my goodness, this is phenomenal. Like,
okay. Well, if you remember, let me know. I want to know about that one.
Yeah. But that was a darker roast. And it was definitely like a little bolder. Yeah.
I might not like it as much.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And also, like, am I brewing it right? I don't know. I think so.
Yeah. No, I think you did. It was fancy.
All right, Alex. Well, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right. Bye, everybody.